a sada ćemo čuti naše goste u panelu Srbija u 2019. Pozivam gospođu Tanju Miščević, šeficu pregovaračkog tima sa Evropskom unijom, njegovu ekscelenciju šefa delegacije Evropske unije Sem Fabricija i Dubravku Negre, šeficu kancelarije Evropske investicione banke, da nam se pridruže ovde na sceni.
The time has come for the Serbia in 2019 session to start. We would like to invite our guests, the panel participants, to come up and join us on the stage. Ms. Tanja Miščević, head of the negotiating team for EU accession, His Excellency Sem Fabrici, head of EU delegation to Serbia, and Dubravka Negre, head of European Investment Bank in Serbia.
Izvolite.
But nevertheless, I hope that you will enjoy the discussion. I am getting used to be the moderator, so I hope that you have some additional ideas with me. So I have a pleasure to discuss with the two good friends, not very easy topic. So how we are going to see Serbia in 2019, how we assess the development of 2018, what are the main challenges, and how we are going to proceed. What will be the suggestion? Let me first give the floor to Dubravka, if you don't mind. So please.
Thank you. Good evening to all of you, and it's a great pleasure to be here tonight with you in front of the EIB. I expect you, Tanya, to participate, and to participate in front of the Serbian government to give us also the insight on the challenges and the prospects. But if I can speak for the EIB group, the European Union financing arm, about 2018, I can say that proudly we are very happy with the achievements in 2018, at least as concerns this region. And Serbia in particular, and our financing is raising in 2018 to over 500 million euros of EIB Group for Serbia, and this is a record since 2011. So this is a proof that investment cycle is picking up, that fiscal consolidation is finished, and that we are hoping to contribute to the sustainable growth. I'm also proud to say that this over 500 million euros financing, or new financing, means also the doubling of our investments compared to last year. So even in this short term, there is definitely the trend of Serbia being on the good path to at least increase its investments in public and private sector. I also would like to put emphasis on support to the private sector because this is the drive, and if we speak about drive, it's small and medium-sized enterprises, is small companies which are the backbone of this economy, and to that effect we have provided long-term financing in excess of 200 million euros, coped with or put together with guarantees to financial institutions, and I see a lot of colleagues here from financial sector, so thank you for coming, in excess of 100 million euros for the support of entrepreneurs, innovative companies, sustainability of jobs. I'm talking about 40,000 jobs that we hope to help sustain in this country in 2018. If I go on about 2018, I would like in particular to mention the blending of our funds with EU grants. These are non-repayable funds that obviously make every investment more financially sustainable. And just this week, our board has approved a new 100 million euros for the construction of new highway that will connect Serbia with another port in Albania, in this case, in Durrës, and to that extent, the European Union has last week approved also a considerable grant financing of 40 million euros. So we are talking about financial engineering that, building on what the EU does through financial support in terms of grants to this country in particular, but also to the region in general, coped or combined with our long-term funds that go and should support the long-term development and Serbia in its integration path or accession path to the European Union. And on top of that, we are trying really to bring in the private investors and private sectors. If I can speak at the same time about the challenges or the prospects, rather, for 2019, I see a lot of good things, at least, that we can contribute to the Serbian economy for the benefit, obviously, of its citizens, and many of you sitting in this room. And just to mention a few, we hope to complete the construction of the road Corridor 10 that will connect this country to the east with Bulgaria and to the south with Macedonia, or former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, and very important for the citizens, the continuation of the works on the clinical center in Belgrade, so support to health services, start of the construction of Biosense Institute in Novi Sad, which is the example of innovation and digitalization in agriculture, and Serbia is a country that obviously relies a lot on agriculture. To that extent, obviously, we are also counting, and Serbia, more importantly, is counting on the support of the EU budget and, more importantly, Horizon Europe, which is the budget of European Union for the help of really innovative companies to which Serbia has access since not that long ago. And I can go on. I can go on with support to education, skills, digital curriculum, internet in schools. The list is obviously very long. However, again, my particular proud goes for our support, again, under the budget of the European Union that we benefit from, for innovative startup IT companies, and to that extent we hope to extend new 100 million of guarantees next year. So this is in short, and I'm happy to discuss about challenges.
Yeah, for sure. But generally speaking, you stated what you supported during 2018, 2019, and definitely this is support to the reforms. And you said that the main reform agenda is definitely European path of Serbia, or negotiating membership of Serbia to the EU. And then we come to Sam to give us his insight of the developments or problems of 2018, with the emphasis how to progress in 2019. Sam?
Thank you, Tanya, and good afternoon to good evening to all of you. It's a pleasure to share the platform with Dubravka and Tanya in this beautiful setting. So I think a diplomat, by definition, should not make a prediction. Otherwise, we run the risk to be accused like the economist. I think probably there's a lot of economists in the audience, but one of the says an economist is an expert who will know tomorrow why the things he predicted yesterday didn't happen today. So I think the economic prediction has become a risky business, and certainly I don't want the diplomatic category to enter the same risks. So I will try to remain as much as possible on the fact side. So if we have to look at 19, we have to look at the 18. also because the 2019 hasn't finished yet, and looks like that a lot of development happen every day. They keep us busy all the time. 2018, as those who have spoke before me and many other occasions, there's a consensus in say 2018 it is an important year for the Western Balkans. It's been put again back into the forefront of the European Union policy and policy making. So if you look back at the past, quickly, the past 11 months, we had a number of policy engagement by the European Commission. We had an important summit in Sofia. Basically, the main element has been a renewed commitment on both sides to give this region a European perspective. So the future of the Western Balkan region is in the European Union. This is a commitment that we have made, is a mutual commitment and spirit of partnership. And I think a number of focus or building blocks, how to get there has also been made it clear. It's about job and growth. It's about democracy and rule of law. It's about security and tackling also illegal migration. It's about connectivity, hard connectivity, road, railway, but also soft connectivity, digital agenda. It's about good relation and reconciliation among people, among countries, among society. So we have identified these 5 building blocks as an instrument, as a tool to get together to the final objective, which is the membership of the European Union. And I think this has created a number of a good momentum into the region. If I only think the historical, the Prespa agreement after 25 years, an agreement on a name is bring the idea that the region is ready to take historical challenge and leadership there. Certainly, Skopje, Tirana has a possibility to get opening accession negotiation in 2019. Hopefully, Bosnia and Herzegovina will receive a status candidate status in the future. And Serbia, Montenegro have opened the negotiation. Serbia has opened 4 chapters in this year. Montenegro has almost completed it to open all the chapters. So there's a momentum there. There's a strong commitment. There's also challenges. I think we all know what challenges is about. Is how to create integration, how to move the regional economic area, how to normalize the relation between Pristina and Belgrade. So we have a number of challenges that we don't have certainly to hide. As I said, there's a solid facts behind us in 2018, and as we speak tonight, in Brussels, the leaders of the European Union are discussing at their dinner, among a number of other important issues that you might find in the headline tomorrow, also Western Balkan. Western Balkan is another element which is, as I said, since the beginning, at the top of the European Union agenda, and our work is continuing also next week. The Prime Minister will be in Brussels on Tuesday, co-chairing with the High Representative Mogherini the Stabilization and Association Council. So the work is always going on. So having said that, the facts are 2018. What about the 2019? Avoiding prediction, I shall remain on the safe side, and but also on the realistic side, there will be need of continuity. The accession process is not something that happened overnight. Or through shortcut, is a merit-based process through reform in the economic area, in the democracy area, in the foreign policy, in investment sentiment. Is reform that transforms a society. So they need to involve the whole society and involve the whole component. So if Tanya asks me what will happen in 2019, I would say Serbia should remain firmly in the track of making every day a step closer to the EU, make the accession and whole society exercise, not something for the government only, is a question for the society, the business, the media, the democratic forces, make the best of the opportunity of being already very much close to the European Union market. Here among you, there's a number of leading investors. More than 70% of the investment, foreign direct investment in this country came from the EU-based companies. Over 65% of the trade of Serbia is with the European Union. So Serbia is already geared into the system. The third element will be deepen the reform on rule of law, which remain a key, unavoidable, although painful exercise. Continue to work to normalize the relation with Pristina and remain always an element of regional integration. The European Union will continue to acknowledge, recognize and support this process. So the key word for me in 2019 will be a good sense of continuity starting on a good solid facts on the ground from 2018.
But do we know how to grasp the momentum? Or is it easy to find the right way to fight with so many challenges that we are facing both in the world globally or the region or Europe as such? Is it easy for a country which is on the path of reform?
No, I wouldn't say that is easy, but because a number of challenges are around in Europe, outside Europe, in the relation. The definition of what we have seen, what we see the current geopolitical scenario. We said already a couple of years ago, we live in a more connected, a more contested world. So there's an element of connection that brought us easier, closer one to the other one, and there's a lot of contest in this connectivity. So it won't be easy, but I think Serbia has an objective, so the EU accession as a tool to get there. There's an area where to work, and there's a need to continue to have a strong momentum within the society to look at the big prize, and the EU is on your side.
Thank you. Obviously, there are much more fun over there than us speaking, so we will do our best. I mean, I'm not promising that we are going to sing. We will not. But a very short question. Dubravka, are you personally very satisfied with 2018? I mean, personally, in terms of your business or things that you are doing, or what you would like personally to push on further? You spoke about the very large number of areas that the investment bank has put the money helping in the reform process of Serbia. But what personally you would like to upgrade in 2019?
Just to go one step back maybe and to also follow up on your previous question, and that is what should be the aim? And I think the aim very easily said, back in 2002, Serbia and Romania had similar GDP per capita.
Excuse me. I have to ask for your help and support to finalize with this panel. It's very difficult to sit here and to try to concentrate and to speak when we heard the rumors over there. Thank you very much.
So back in 2002, Serbia and Romania had a very similar GDP per capita. Today, Romania has 80% higher GDP per capita than Serbia. So what does it says? It says that back in 2004 already, it was known or expected that Romania will join the EU in 2007. And this has brought incredible push to the economy, political stability, investors' confidence to be in Romania, stay in Romania, invest in Romania. And today, obviously, the salaries are almost twice as much. So what I wish for this region and for this country is that there should be that determination to achieve that. Why? Because ultimately, it will bring the better life for the citizens of this country. The salaries will increase, the unemployment will lower, the productivity will increase, the processes will improve. But in order for that to happen, there needs to be, now I'm talking obviously on investment and business side, on economic side, there needs to be more certainty for investors. There needs to be faster bankruptcy procedures to finalize the court processes. The large public companies need to be restructured. They cannot depend on subsidies anymore because they take part of the market, and this does not encourage the private sector. Serbia needs better public institution, more efficient management of public investments. Let's not forget, because this is the key in order for things to develop in the right direction. So I think that reforms, negotiation to EU accession is the key process. And the more the advancement there is, the bigger improvement there will be. And this has happened elsewhere. So there is nothing to invent. Now, personally, I wish for Serbian citizens to have better access to education and health. I'm in full support of connectivity, on people being connected through roads, through rail, through air. That's fantastic. But I think for each citizen to have more dignity in his life is to go to a modern hospital, to have for its children to have an access to good education, to modern schools, to good facilities, to nice toilets in schools. I mean, we are talking about basics. We are talking about water sanitation. We are talking about sewage. So this is what or if I can say, my personal aim is to help that. And we have the power, the financial power of the European Union to do that, as we have done so in many other countries, not only in European Union, not only those new member states, but also elsewhere in the world.
Exactly. And let me finish with you, Sam, in terms of, are you optimist for 2019?
Yes, I think it's part of my character, but also my profession to remain optimist. I think the optimism is a powerful ingredient, not just for me, but I think I see in the society a number of good spirit, vibration, and idea. So my optimism come from the Serbian people, and I meet every day. And the message this is a country that deserves to be in the European Union. Is a country that is working to do so. But my appeal to all of you, if I can, make this enthusiasm and the optimism aware, work all together, row all together in the same direction, and the optimism is a powerful element. So self-fulfilling optimism, notwithstanding and despite the difficulties we have everywhere, inside the EU, outside, but optimism should remain our driving forces.
Exactly. Let us finish with those words. So let's be optimistic, enthusiastic, and looking forward to 2019. We hope that you enjoyed this very short conversation, and I'm sure it was not too long, and that you will enjoy the main course. Thank you very much.
Hvala učesnicima panela, a svima vama, dragi gosti, podelili smo jedan kviz na stolu. Svi zajedno odgovarate na pitanja i 100 sa najviše tačnih odgovora biće nagrađen lepim poklonima. A sada pozivamo gospodina Sotirisa Kosturosa, generalnog direktora British American Tobacco, da pozdravi gosta.
Thank you to the panel participants. Also, you can see there is a short quiz on your dinner tables. You have to answer the quiz question together, and the table that has the most correct answers will receive wonderful gifts. Now we invite Mr. Sotiris Kostouros, General Manager of British American Tobacco, to address the guests. Here you are.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It's a pleasure to be tonight with you amongst such distinguished guests. What I would like to talk about for the next few minutes is transformation. We had a very interesting discussion of the panel discussing about transformation. I believe that we live in the era of transformation. We can see that industries are trying to transform, countries are trying to transform, and we have successful transformation, we have less successful transformation. For every Google, there is a Kodak, and for every Ireland or maybe Estonia, unfortunately, there is a Greece. So there are countries or companies that they manage the transformation, and others that they were not so successful of doing so. In British American Tobacco, we fully understand the responsibility that our portfolio and our products carries. Not so long ago, we embarked on this journey to transformation, and it is a journey to transformation to potentially less harmful products. It is a very important journey for us. In 2018, it has been a pivotal year for British American Tobacco. It has been a pivotal year for many reasons. I would like to share with you only two. First of all, we were one of the first foreign investors coming to Serbia 15 years ago. We are currently the biggest British investor in the country. And those 15 years have been quite of a journey. We are very proud to say that on the last 15 years we have invested more than 120 million in the factory in Vranje. We hope that the road will finish soon, so it will be easier for me to commute on a personal note. But it's a modern establishment. We have invested quite a lot of money to modernize it, and we have also contributed to the Serbian budget of more than 2 billion euros on the last 15 years. We are even more proud to say that we have contributed to the welfare of more than 500 families that we have the pleasure of being associated with or support, and we have the pleasure of those families to support our business. Secondly, along with the transformation journey, we have brought in Serbia since August our latest group innovation named Glow. You will see in all the panels. And we are proud to say that Serbia was amongst one of the few markets that we introduced Glow, together with the likes of Japan, South Korea, Canada, Italy, Switzerland, just to name a few. And we believe that this is on the right direction for our journey to transformation. Glow provides a smoking experience, but with 95% less toxicants. And this is where we believe that it makes sense to have this product here. Our goal as a company is to lead this transformation. And by doing so, we hope that we contribute in having Serbia remain as an attractive destination for foreign investment. As I said, we are one of the first ones to join the FDI 15 years ago. We have seen steps in the right direction. 2018 was a very good year. We have also some setbacks lately, but we hope that this is temporary. All in all, the transformation is led by people, it's led by leaders, it's not led by industries. And by looking around the table and having the pleasure of knowing a few of you, I'm sure that Serbia is on the right track to be on the winning party of the countries that they transform successfully. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I wish you a Happy New Year and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.
Hvala gospodinu Sotirisu, uživajte u večeri, vidimo se uskoro ponovo na bini.
Thank you, Mr. Sotiris. Enjoy and see you soon.